Okay, this is Math 85 review for test 2, video 2. So I'm only on number 2. So I'm going to evaluate, which means I'm going to plugging in 5 for x, negative 11 for y, and 8 for w. So let's go ahead and do that. So 5 plus a negative 11 over 8. Okay, I've got a positive 5 and a negative 11. We should be getting used to working with negatives by now. If you're still having trouble with these, let me know. We're going to subtract, and there's more negatives, so we get a negative 6 over 8. I need that to be in simplest form, so whenever it's even, we know we can reduce. So we're going to, what are some factors of 6? There's not many. Let's say negative 3 times 2. I'm just going to carry that negative over. And 8 is just 4 times 2. And then you should see where you can cancel or divide out the 2's. So my final answer, and don't forget it's negative, negative 3 over 4. Okay, number 3. I need the picture. So, what fraction is this a picture of? So remember, the fraction is, the top is the shaded pieces and the bottom is the total number of pieces. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 6. So this is 5 over 6. That's it. Try this one. Okay, I'm getting 7 on top, and there's a total of 9, so that is just 7 over 9. Make sure you can also draw these. So if I say, give me a picture of 7/9, make sure you can draw something. It doesn't have to be the best picture. Okay, so that's number 3. I'm going on to 4. Okay. 4a says negative 28 and positive 16. Well, remember, we've got a negative and a positive. We subtract and we take the sign of whoever has more. There's more negatives, so I know it's going to be a negative. It's going to be a negative 12. Negative 14 plus negative 15. They're both negative. When they're both negative, I'm just going to add them together. So I get negative 29. 9 for part C. What happens when I have double negative, right? What happens to that double negative? Do we remember? Whenever we have the double negative, it turns positive. So what is 9 plus 11? It's 20. And then I've got a multiplication negative 8 times negative 3. A negative times a negative is a what? Be a positive, 24. And then I've got a division. I've got a negative divided by a positive. And if you want to punch that in your calculator, you can. But a negative divided by a positive is a negative, right? So I know my answer is negative. And if you punch that in, you'll get negative 25. So that's number 4. I'm going to do a separate video on how to do the mixed numbers. So I'm going to skip 5 and 6. And I'm going to go to 7. Okay. So I'm going to 7, which is more evaluating. So this is number 7. Okay, so 2w to the second power, w is negative 3. Okay, so wherever there's a w, I'm going to put a negative 3. So 2 times, I'm going to put, since it's negative, I'm going to put parentheses around it. Okay, so this just means negative 3 times negative 3. So this really means 2 times negative 3 times negative 3. Because negative 3 squared, remember what the squared means? Multiply it to itself twice. So I've got 2 times negative 3, which is negative 6. And negative 6 times negative 3 is a positive 18. So my answer for A is positive 18. I have another evaluate, 4m minus 2n, 4m equals 6, and n equals negative 8. Let me draw a line through there. Okay. So m is 6 and n is negative 8. So I'm just going to plug in 6 for m and negative 8 for n. So 4 times 6 minus 2 times negative 8. And I'm going to put that in parentheses because it's negative. Okay, so 4 times 6 is just 24. What's negative 2 times negative 8? A negative times a negative is a positive. So this is a positive 16. And if I add these two together, I get a final answer of 40. So that's number 7. Now A, this is from section 4.7, we're going to be solving. So I want to find out what x is. So I've got a minus 3/8. How do I get rid of that? Well, we do the opposite of subtraction, which is addition. So I'm going to add 3/8 to both sides. So these cancel out. I'm going to add these two together. They have the same denominator, so I can. So I get 14/8. I'm going to reduce that. Two times 7 is 14, and 2 times 4 is 8, so I can cancel my 2's out, and my final answer is 7/4. Okay, I'm going to stop this video, and the next video will be review part 3.